Like, the one thing the Raiders were good at was O-line.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boys. We're talking crazy already, people. You don't even know what's going on, man. We're here. We're back. We're back twitching, man. We got a lot of shit going on, man. I'm telling you, it's going nuts, people. It is literally going nuts. It's your boy, as usual, your man Mitch. Next to me, as always. I couldn't do it, man. Like, he holds me down. The undefeated, the undisputed, the unchallenged, the undaunted, the unafraid, the undead, whatever you want to call him. He's the greatest podcast co-host in the history of podcasts, hands down.
What up, Mitch?
On the bottom, holding it down as always. If you got a keyboard, you better watch out because them buttons are going to fly off. That's Mr. Buttons right there, people. You can't mess with this man. He's fired up today too, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, Mr. Buttons, what's up, Mike?
Oh, man, just excited, man. Excited to be here today. Got a lot of football stuff to talk about, so let's go.
We got a packed house, man. And
today.
If you notice, we're missing one of the family members, man. It's not the COVID. It's not the COVID, but he's feeling a little under the weather today. So shout out to the Sultan. We love you, brother. We're gonna hold you. We got you, but he's not feeling too good today. He got the little heebie-jeebies, so we're gonna let him sit this one out today. But we got you, dude. We're twitching. We're live, as you all know. The viewership is gonna start blowing up here soon. They all know it's 10 o'clock. They're getting their sippy cups. They're getting their Oreo cookies. Whatever they're getting ready for us. Like always, check out the email address is nomanfantasyfootball@gmail.com. And like you know on the show, maybe the name's fantasy football, but we talk about everything. So tonight we're gonna, like we always do, we kind of go crazy on y'all. We're gonna start off with the greatest segment in podcast history. We know that. Are you serious? That doesn't go away. That's a staple, people. If I didn't give it to you, you would die. I don't know what you would do. I got that. We're going to talk about some brackets, man. We had Selection Sunday a 2 days ago. And, we got the tournament coming up this week. Most of you guys take off like me on one of the days just to watch every game known to mankind. Shout out to the wife for leaving for a few days, holding it down, me and Lukey Dog. But then we're going NFL. People, we told you. Mitch, why do you do a podcast about the NFL in the off-season? Because shit like this, people, it's crazy. We got so much stuff to talk about. We got everyone going crazy. We got a new follower. Her name is, we call it a touchdown. She's Touchdown Tishla. What's up, girl? I know you watch. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Hey, watch it. She's hot, but you guys want to watch it, people. So I'm going to let you, because I said, look, my boys are fired up, right? So I'm going to let y'all start off because I know Are You Serious is a combined one. It hits home for all three of us, all four of us if he was here, but for all four of us. But I'm going to let y'all go. Go for a second.
All right, I'll jump in there, Mike, because I know
go get him.
That's the same person. But Are You Serious? New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, end of the game. Yeah, the Nets, I felt like the Nets were touring with us, but the Knicks showed fight, which as a Knicks fan, I love it. I love it. I love it. They fought back. They know they weren't the better team, but they fought back, got into one possession, and ref blowing the call. Like, whenever you touch the ball on a jump shot, man, and you come down, it's not a travel. I don't care. They blew the call, and I'm tired of it. Like I said, I'm just tired of these refs just ruining games week in, week out. And, they got this referee report after the game when the referee reviewed their calls and like, okay, we missed calls. I'm like, what's the point of that when you have a report after the game to admit your mistakes? Like, that's weak. Like, if you made a mistake, that's what the instant replay is for. They had a replay about 30 seconds, 10 seconds earlier. They got it right because we didn't foul in the trap. Okay. But like I said, that was just, I was happy for that because I saw my old Knicks that they just fight. And that's what you want. As a Knicks fan, they're not the most talented team there, but they fight. And that's the key to a new culture being there. Like I said, I'm appreciating Tibbs a whole lot more because of that fight and toughness And now we just got to get some more talent in there. And I
But wait a second. So to the referees, come on, guys.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Really? Are you serious?
I mean,
wait,
come
wait.
on.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this even further than wrestling.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna say some good about this too, though. It's also like you look for your star players, and our star player right now is Julius Randle, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's the best we got, and you hope in these situations, that they're really thinking of the moment, and he was, and he understood exactly what had happened. As soon as Kyrie touched it, he said, "I got enough time. I can reset myself, get an even better shot," and he was gonna, right? He was clear then, and it was wide open, and it's like, dude, he does the exact right thing. And then this is what bothers me is why is only certain things like challengeable in certain sports and then other things not? Like in today's day and age, like you should just have like a blanket thing where you have a certain amount of challenges and you can challenge anything that happens that is totally, could change the outcome of a game. And that is one of those situations where Julius Randle has a wide open look at a three to tie the game. That's the truth.
But Mike, let me ask you
say
this.
whatever, the Nets are better, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. When it comes down to it, he had a wide open look for a three to tie the game with almost no time left on the clock. So, you have no idea what's going to happen after that outcome wise. But
to your point, do you really want to open that up? I mean, that's a can of worms.
I hate that argument because I think it's the worst argument ever. Because look what happened to like the Saints. You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst situation that can happen there?
But
if the coach has an opportunity, and it doesn't matter what I'm saying, this should transcend all the sports.
No, I agree.
You see something that is totally egregious at the end of the game that can totally change the game, you should be able to challenge it, whoever you are. Assuming you haven't used all your challenges.
I agree with that, and I've always said this. Ask Wes, like the Saints play. Let's talk about that for a second, real quick. Shout out to Zach, Samantha, Tankliff 69. Not my boy. Jonathan's in the house, baby.
Nice. What up, cuz?
Dude, man, we got everybody. We got Joey. We got Lee. We got everybody. People, it's
nice.
But
Thank you.
I've always said to Wes, and we've had a lot of conversations about this. That what are these guys in New York fucking paid for in football? That Saints play against the Rams was the most blatant freaking.
That's what I'm saying. And when it's something like that, and the game is on the line, how can you not be able to look at that?
Right. No,
I don't care what sport it is. How can you not be able to look at that? The game is on the line. It's the same thing with Randle. That whole situation, that's the game right there. And I'm not saying he's going to make the three, but you know what? The truth, though, the cold hard facts is he had a wide open look at the three, and they denied him because of a bad call.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
It's nothing else. It's a bad call. Kyrie was laughing. Come on. That tells you all you need to know. Kyrie was laughing because he knew he got away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it.
Yeah, he was laughing about it. He was like,
But one more thing before we leave this topic. Are you serious? Still on my Knicks. Come on, MSG Security. Don't tell me you do not know a fucking 7 foot.
Let's
There's no way Patrick
he's ugly, dude. He is one of the most recognizable faces in sports, period. He's as ugly as Scottie Pippen and everybody else. How do you not recognize freaking Patrick Ewing? Are you serious? Like, what? You should, if you, my friend, are from New York City, you should be kicked out immediately. Go to Boston, you sucker.
How is there not like a picture of Patrick somewhere that he could just point
to? His jerseys are hanging in the rafters.
Your number is fucking retired as a Knick, and you don't know this guy. Like, seriously. Like, that guy should be run the hell out of New York.
Fired immediately.
All right, listen.
I'm sorry. You're not cut out for this job.
I'm going to say this real quick. Before I get into my Are You Serious? And I'm going to say this. You guys may be a little shocked. Hey, Randy Moss. I'm going to take a week off of bashing you, my friend. Okay? Because this Are You Serious hits home. And I'm going to tell you why. So as you all know, when I go do my crack research for the Are You Serious, and I try to get the topics, because I'm a people guy. I go out and talk to the people. The people want to hear from me. COVID and everything. I'm masked up. I'm walking around. Everyone knows. Me. That's me, Mitch Aber, right? So Wes, I made a pit stop. Esther says hello. Your girl, she said she's gonna watch tonight. Mike, there's a lady named Myrtle. I'm not gonna say she's eyeing you, but she said some unholy things that I don't want to repeat on this podcast.
Look out for Myrtle.
She says she goes down to Florida a lot, asked me for the address. I was like, I got to talk to him first. I don't know. I mean, hey, but look, for a 79-year-old lady, she got some legs. I'm keeping it real. But anyway, I sit down with them, right? And I'm like, look, y'all old school. Y'all been around since like the early 1900s, you know? Bring it a little closer, because this one hurts everybody on this podcast, I promise you. Hey, world, are you fucking serious? I'm gonna get mad right now. I can't have a box with Aunt Jemima on it, but I have to watch the Grammys and learn what WAP is? That's some bullshit right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look, hey, I'm all cool with the Megan Thee Stallion and the Cardi B and the C's and all the other girls and everything. But Pepe Le Pew gets fired, but I can't have Uncle Ben's on my rice box anymore.
Yeah, those are some racist images, right?
Okay, they're not racist. Look,
they are racist.
It's not racist.
I'm sorry.
It's a box. Look, let me ask you guys a question. We all have, look, Wes, I've known you my whole life. You're my greatest friend. And if everyone doesn't see this in podcast world, Wes is a Black American man. Michael, I know that you have friends that are Black Americans. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What is the problem? Y'all, I went to Wes's wedding, and Wes's wife's mom, God bless her soul, made the greatest macaroni and fucking cheese I've ever ate in my life. So why can't I celebrate some of the greatest cooks in the world, Aunt Jemima, greatest pancakes ever, Uncle Ben, some banging ass rice. But I gotta watch. But what they're allowing in this world is half naked women talking about their wet ass vajayjays on the Grammys and all this other shit going on. If you go on TikTok, there's 13-year-old girls twerking, throwing their hips out.
Just because one's wrong doesn't make the other right.
No.
Thank you.
Listen, that's the problem with our society. We get rid of the good things and we keep the crappy fucking things. That's what all I'm saying. Look, if you got a topic for Are You Serious? Hit me up, nomanfantasyfootball@gmail.com. Hit the fucking Twitch button, follow us, subscribe, go to YouTube, subscribe, do all that shit. Support your boys. Look, we got fucking mouths to feed. All of us got kids, man. We ain't little kids anymore, you know, running around. Let's see what we got on the chat. So, from Pooh Bear 9496, I think I know who that is. That's my little niece Jamie. God bless you. Love you, dear. Well, and this is a personal shot at her dad. Will the Raiders ever have a winning season?
Nice. See how they do? No love. Yes.
If
will.
you consider 8-8 a winning season, then sure.
Yeah. It's bad, man.
As
All
they
right.
laugh,
I'm just teasing.
as they
I'm
laugh
just
upstairs as we talk about them.
James, I think Jams TET. What do you think about the Patriots in the last 2 days? Mike, I'll let you start with that.
I mean, obviously, made a lot of improvements, it looks like. I think they're going back to the kind of old school Belichick thoughts with the double tight end sets as well, becoming more of a ground and pound team. And, that kind of fits more with Cam as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a a much better fit because he's not looking at having to throw deep balls either. It could be a lot of, short routes for the tight ends over the middle and stuff like that for him. So, obviously going to be much improved. We were talking about this earlier too, let alone, they had the most opt-outs. They had 8 opt-outs.
Right.
And a lot of those guys were on the defensive side of the ball. You have Patrick Chung and Dante Hightower and some other guys coming back. And so I think they were going to be better anyway. The real question is with them is what is Cam? What is Cam going to be?
Right.
Is he going to get healthier? Because he didn't look healthy last year to me. I'm sorry. I just have to say it. And you know, the quarterback, as we know, is the most important position in the league, in any sport, really.
Yeah.
And really, so like, you know, how good is the question? You know, what are we asking? Are they going to be better than 7-9? Well, maybe they could be 8-8, 9-7. Are they going to be better than that? Well, Cam's going to have to show me a lot more. Can he? And can he? I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, this was a guy that was, you know, MVP. You know, 15-1 Carolina. You know, Panthers. You know, so it's been a long time though since that. And my problem with guys like him is the athletic guys that, you know, this is the same problem I have with what's his name for the Ravens? I'm having a mental blank there. Lamar
Jackson.
How long do you think that can last? And then after, you know, the
we'll
athletic ability kind of
that.
wears off and he becomes like everybody else.
Yeah.
Then what are you? You know?
I think it's a little different. Wes, I got a great question for you though, from Zach Nunn.
But I do like all the signings. So
Zach is a regular appearance on the podcast. We're gonna get him on. He's a 13-year-old lefty baseball player. Kid's nasty.
Lefty,
nasty,
way to go.
nasty.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Stay in baseball.
But Zach,
Yeah, man.
Zach asks Tyrod Taylor to the Texans. What's your thoughts?
That lets me know that Houston never has a plan B. They signed Tyrod because they're unsure about Watson. Whether they're sure that they believe they're not going to trade him. I think that's the only thing they're sure about. But to my knowledge, they don't have a backup quarterback behind Watson, and I would hate for them to go into training camp without a backup quarterback and you're starting
any quarterback on a roster.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Because hey, you know what? I mean, I don't understand why they don't get the picture. He's told them numerous times, and he just told them again, the head coach, that he's not playing for him. So I think they do at this point. I think that's why they signed him. I think they are. It's a contingency plan.
But my opinion
And
is
either way, if they get this is the thing. I think they are preparing for trading maybe with either the Dolphins or the Jets, because then it makes sense. Now you have Tyrod, you know, you have a veteran quarterback, and you're bringing in one of the rookies, right? So if it's either the Jets or the Dolphins, you're getting either Justin Fields or Zach Wilson.
And that's what I think too. I think that the reason they signed him,
I think they're preparing for it.
Yeah, I mean, look,
they're facing the inevitable.
Well, no, but
we've been talking about forever,
right? But I think you got to look at it from this perspective. We're coming off the COVID year, right, where these stadiums are opening back up, and look look. Shout out to Ray Charles, but a blind man can tell you that the fucking Texans are going to shit the pan this year. But put together something good. Don't make a total laughing stock of your franchise. If people don't want to be there, get rid of them. Let them go. And whoever he goes to, whatever his
Well, and it's not just that, Mitch. Like, they put themselves in this terrible hole. I mean, we know, we've talked about it. They don't have a first-round pick. They don't have a second-round pick. They don't pick until, you know, way into the third round. And, I mean,
you were right.
You know, I didn't
know that.
They have nothing going on for them, really. So this is why it makes sense for them to kind of reboot the whole thing.
Right.
Because even if they keep Watson, let's say for the magical thing that they somehow managed to, you know, talk Deshaun Watson back into becoming a Texan. What they have nothing for him. They signed Andre Johnson. He's a kick returner. He's not even a receiver. They're gonna lose Will Fuller, so they don't even have. They already lost DeAndre Hopkins.
QT, baby. They got QT.
They had. We talked about this earlier too. Out of 16 years, they've ranked defenses. Out of 480 defenses, they ranked 478th overall. Out of 480 defenses last year. So this is historically like the worst freaking defense on the planet. There was only two worst, and one of them was the winless Browns, by the way.
Right. So hold on a second. Listen. At the end of the day, it's very simple. They have to get rid of him to save face. You have to break it down.
And to reboot the whole system, though.
Absolutely. You got a new regime in there and whatever. So that leads us into, again, people, if you weren't listening when we first started, everyone says to us, what are you guys going to talk about in the offseason? If you're a football fan and seen these last few days, right, it's been crazy. Real quick from Lee, Texans are a joke, and they need to take the over from the Jets or the Bears and plan for the future. Exactly what we said. We totally agree.
Well, I think the Bears are even out of the conversation.
Oh, they're out of it now.
Because
now they got three starting quarterbacks on their team.
Yeah, they've already made their decision. Basically, I think from what I've heard, they tried with everything they had, and it wasn't enough.
Just like anything, we're here on. We don't need Adam fucking Schefter. Fuck you, Shefty. Willie Jackson signed with the Washington football team today.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's a big loss for my Bengals, but we talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk about
Washington. Cousin Lee, they're gonna give you trouble.
Oh yeah, no, he's a beast. I think he had his best year last year by far. But
I think Fitzmagic too is going to be.
I
don't know why people hate on him. That offense was rather inept with what they had at the quarterback position, and he's a definite upgrade.
It'll be Fitz-tragic the whole season. That's my.
You hate on Fitzmagic.
I don't know. Everybody hates on this guy. I don't understand. Listen, it was a good deal for them. They didn't even pay that much money for the guy, and he is a definite upgrade over Alex Smith. I'm sorry, over anybody else they've had, Dwayne Haskins, whoever else they've had.
I don't think he's over
much
Alex
more
Smith.
Consistent. And as he's gotten older,
Alex Smith still got it in him, dude. He's better than Fitz-tragic.
No,
I think so. I think so. That's my opinion.
No.
All right, so Mike, let's press on Wes. Wes, who are your boys lost and who have you guys gained so far? Your Raiders. Everyone knows Wes is a Raider fan. Don't let the Yankee hat fool you or the Brooklyn shirt fool you. Just like me, I got a Yankee hat on, but you can see the Bengal paraphernalia.
Yeah,
Mike,
you guys.
Mike, we'll get.
I'm the only real New Yorker here that has all the New York teams. So.
It's still kind of early in free agency, but I'm not happy. They let my man Hudson go. He's my center, and I always thought the Raiders' strength was their O-line, and they traded Trent Brown late last week, and they let the center go. So I'm not sure.
I don't understand the center move, Wes.
And to me, that's how you win football games: the O-line and the D-line. That's where it starts.
Right.
And if you guys, and I'm always 50-50 on Carr, and now I'm leaning bad because if he's not protected, you're going to see the worst of Carr, and that's not a good feeling. I've been with Carr for 8 years, and I've seen the worst more than the best. So I'm not happy about that. But like I said, it's early, so maybe Mayock and Gruden, they got some free agents out there. It looks like still a big free agent for O-lineman out there.
There's a big pool out there. There's a big pool.
So, yeah. Well, and as we're going here, more people are getting let go, right? Yeah.
Well, hey, real quick, we have a question about the NCAA. We will get to it, but look, we were fired up, and I had to get into the frenzy. I was feeling forensic. That's not the right word. I was feeling Frenchy. I was feeling it, so I just wanted to start talking about it because look, there's a lot of moves going on today, and even late yesterday, and you're gonna the Knicks must.
I'll give you a live updates.
What happened with the Knicks?
Knicks down 90-92. About 4 minutes left.
So we will get to it. Some people want to know who we think. Look, you come to the podcast and you want experts. Look, again, we ain't got no fancy studio. Look, I can't even afford paint. Hook me up. Sherman-Williams, we need a sponsor. I mean, somebody. Hook us up with some paint. Look, Mike needs better lighting. Wes needs a new hat. I don't know what he needs, But look.
Nice.
I promise we'll get to it. But I want to talk about my Bengals. Look, in the news of just losing Willie Jackson, thank you to our intern. Shout out to our intern. We had an intern that's on the road, and we have an intern that's in the house, up with the dog, doing research. You got to love this kid, man. But we got We lost Carl Lawson to Michael's Jets, but we picked up the kid from the Saints, Trey Hendricks. I like the kid.
Yeah, no, nice acquisition.
And we got a Wouzier from the Cowboys, and we got the other kid this afternoon. So I think we got a pretty good squad, man. You know, I got big hopes for us. It all comes down to the draft. Obviously it's Sewell, is a kid from Northwestern, is a kid from Utah. You know, we got a lot of choices to make to protect Joey football, and we must protect the man. I mean, it all comes down to that. Our running game is solid. I think we're going to get a free agent. Actually, they were talking about picking up the kid from LSU, the wide receiver from LSU, to pair him with Joey. They think they can get him in the second round.
Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
You're like number 3 off the board.
Yeah,
number 6 tops.
I'm just reading what some of these idiots are writing.
You don't get him first, dude. Jamar,
yeah. Those kids are delusional. Whoever you're hearing that from.
Hey man, Adam Schefter, man, you suck, Adam Schefter. No.
If not number 2.
Yeah, well,
him and Devontae Smith. People argue.
We'll see. Yeah, well, Smith is a beast too. But no, I think we need to upgrade our tight end position too. So I know that we're not going to get Kyle Pitts in the first round. He won't be around the second round either. So,
nah.
But there's a lot of hope for the future. Obviously,
there's some other tight ends down the list that are pretty solid though. If Pat Freiermuth is available, which I doubt he is, that's the kid from Penn State. I'd pick him up.
Now, I know, Mike, you can talk about your Jets because they've done some really great things, okay? So I'm going to give you a few minutes, not a lot, because I want to talk about the rest of the league.
It's all good.
How passionate you are about your Jets. But no, talk about your Jets moves, man.
Yeah, no, super excited, actually. Really excited. Joe Douglas, once again, is looking like a competent GM, which the Jets haven't had something in a very long time. Not only is he getting guys for contracts, but he's getting them for decent contracts, not too pricey. They look pretty solid, Corey Davis was for 3 years, I think it was 37.5 is what it came out to total, right? So that's really pretty decent.
That's good.
Yeah, what are you talking? Like 12.5 a year or something like that, basically. And then Lawson was they give him $30 million guaranteed, 45 total for 3 years. Yeah, 30 guaranteed. So once again, a pretty good contract for both.
Absolutely,
for the player and for him. Didn't think it was crazy. And then they also picked up the kid from New Orleans, the cornerback, Rashard McGee, I believe his name is. And it's an area that they really need a lot of help. So I think he's doing the right things. I think we're on track, and hopefully moving in the right direction. We'll see what happens. But the main thing is also too, they've also curiously have left quite a bit of money out there. I wonder, if they're looking to sign maybe one of these quarterbacks we're talking about. Perhaps a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson. I'm still going to leave that on the table.
The dream is real, people. The dream is real. The dream is real.
It's out there.
So Wes, I'll ask you then this. What is your favorite move so far? And then we'll do a round of the least favorite with all of us. Mike, you'll be up next.
My favorite move so far, I think it's still kind of incomplete. Like I said, it's hard because the only one making moves really is they're going Patriots and the Jets. So, they're all over the place. If you look at the Patriots offense, like I know we were talking about this before the show. I think the Patriots defense is going to be elite. Elite. Like 2 years ago when they were putting up 20 points in fantasy, because you got to think all these people they signed and all these guys they got returning back, like they don't got no scrubs returning back.
I believe 6 out of the 8 opt-outs were on defense, Wes.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna have a legit all-star defense coming back.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, out of anything, that's more got me impressed. That I'm like, man, that Patriots defense is gonna be legit, because I remember how they were 2 years ago. And now they got these legit pass rushes. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mike, what's your favorite move
They still
so
got
far?
they still got Gilmore over there, and he was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
he's not going anywhere, and he'll
Like I'm
be
saying,
the anchor.
defensive player of the year. So that's just one side of the field they're going to take away.
Right.
I'm gonna say one signing. Actually, it was somebody who I wanted to go to the Jets, and he actually went to the damn Kansas City Chiefs. Who was Joe Tooney, the guard
O-line,
from the
yeah.
Patriots.
God, yeah.
And it was a nice signing for them, if I will say so. A team that didn't need much except to fix that offensive line. Really, let's be honest, right? What else did they really need? Maybe work on some defense a little bit, but they got the crazy offensive weapons and stuff like that. And you plug somebody like that in there. The guy has been, durable as they come. He gets like no penalties, all that good stuff for them. So unfortunately he goes to the Chiefs, but I think it was a great signing for them. And it's only one guy, but I tell you what, he's the type of guy that is a big difference maker, I think, going to be on their offense. So
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna pull one out of the hat. I don't know if you guys know that this happened, but the Buffalo Bills signed Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, no, I like that.
one-year deal.
I heard that just before we came on, actually.
Yeah, I think that's, to me, that's a solid receiver to go along with Stephon Diggs. I think they complement each other. Yeah, man. Sanders isn't a ball hog, and he'll catch the ball.
I think they got that receiver already. Like, I think whatever Sanders can do, Beasley can do. And then they got that other dude on the other side that's kind of fast. I forgot his name. Like, I like Emmanuel Sanders, but there's a reason why this is his third team in like 3 years. It's something there.
Well, he's been signing small deals. I mean, dude, Colin,
Okay.
he was with Drew Brees. Are you going to stick around after Drew Brees retires? Probably
I'm
not
just saying,
if you don't have to. I mean,
it's still, like I said, it's still third team in 3 years.
Yeah, he's got a point, though. Wes has a point. I don't like that either. I never like those guys that are always getting traded.
But he didn't get traded. Listen, what I'm saying is this. Emmanuel Sanders, when he was on the Broncos, his contract was coming to an end, right? He went somewhere else.
He went to the 49ers.
He went to the 49ers. He signed a 2-year deal with them. He played a year. The second year of his contract, he was going to be getting a lot of money, and they had some younger kids, so they shipped him off to the Saints.
Gotcha.
He signed a 1-year deal with the Saints. And in that 1 year, he had a pretty decent year, and one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play football retired. And you don't have to stay around. I'm not saying that the Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston show is going to be a shit show, but if I could choose Josh Allen or those two clowns, who you choosing?
God. That could have been my Are You Serious? What's up with that Taysom Hill contract? That's like $140 million, but it's like $2 million.
It's like a phony contract. Like, I saw that too. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell is this crap?
What are they talking about?
But that's my point. I mean, he had an option to stay where he was, and not know what you got with these two clowns, or go to a guy that's on the brink of.
No, I mean, it sounds like
danger.
a good move for him. Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, I mean, obviously, I don't think the Saints are on the rise. I think they're going to be in a little down, trend right now. With
I don't know, man. I got a lot of
depending
faith
on
in their
what Jameis
coach.
does. I mean, but
I got a lot of faith in their coach. I think they got to.
I do too. I think you're going to see a better version of Jameis, but I don't know. Those guys that, throw interceptions all the time, they never seem to stop, do they? I'm just saying. Keep it real.
But you got the $1 million kid, Taysom Hill now, whatever he's making.
Well, the thing about Jameis, too, he's always been kind of frustrating, right? Because, I mean, he can make those great throws. He can get you, he can get you 30 touchdowns, but he can also throw 35 interceptions on top of those 30 touchdowns.
It was
That's
so
where
funny.
the issue comes in.
That I forgot his name on ESPN. I think Ryan, the ex-Steeler guy. He called
Griffin.
Jameis. He called Jameis 30 for 30.
Yeah. Well, he is, though, man. It's true. I mean, he's a freak like that, though. He can be. He's one of those guys that can be so good yet so bad in the same sense.
Exactly.
It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Because the upside is tremendous with him. He's got tremendous arm talent. He can make that pass, He can make a beautiful touchdown, but he can also, make a terrible decision.
It's all in the head, Mike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Mike,
That's why it's the hardest position in all sports, right?
Mike, I'll start with you then. Least favorite move.
Ooh. Wow, let's think about this. Andy Dalton. I think
Nice.
that's my least favorite move, and I'm sorry, cuz.
No, bring it on, Mike.
No. And
Me and
you
Mitch
know
were
what? Wait,
arguing
no.
about
Mitch
this
knows.
before we
Mitch
started.
knows. I actually like Dalton. I do. I really do. But
Here it comes.
when
Here
you're
it comes.
the Chicago Bears and you have gone through Mitch Trubisky and you have gone through the Nick Foles thing that was supposed to be maybe you can rekindle some magic with him, and that was just a total bust of a failure. And now you're here and you've been hearing all this swirling about Deshaun Watson. Oh my God, as a Bears fan, and I'm empathizing with every Bears fan out there right now. Believe me, I am. I'm on your side 100%. And you're sitting there, and then you hear Russell Wilson, and you're like, oh, my God, we could get Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson. And you end up with Andy Dalton. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what that's like? That's like going to the Ferrari dealership, and you're driving out with a Yugo. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. You're like, what the hell just happened?
Andy, I love you, Andy. Please,
Well, I was going to get a
follow us.
Ferrari, and now I got a Yugo.
Andy Dalton, if you're listening, I still love you, brother. I love
Hey,
you.
man, and this is no disrespect to Andy.
How is it?
No, really, it is. It kind of is in some way, but
It is.
but I'm really-
100% it is. Don't back away from
I'm
it, Buttons.
sorry. I'm
Listen,
sorry,
Buttons.
but
Don't
no,
back away
Hit the
from it.
button, baby. Hit the button.
Don't shy away from it, Buttons.
Oh man, I gotta give you the love though. But I gotta tell you, it's reality though. Can
No,
you
I
imagine
hear
how
you.
the
Man. I'm
Bears
not
fans-
fighting it. I'm not.
Bro.
I'm not saying it's the greatest move in football history. But what I'm saying is, I think he's better than both of those two idiots in Chicago.
Oh yeah, no, but that's not the point. Like when you've
Yeah.
been teased with the
No,
Russell,
I get the point. Like, but they weren't. Look, here's the thing. But listen, at the end of the
give
day,
this to your kids, right? Tell your kids, right? You want to go get triple scoop ice cream cones, and then you go to the place and you give them a little freaking an Allen later or something. You know what I mean? A little candy, a piece of or candy or a Jolly Rancher or something.
listen.
Instead, here you go. See if they'll like that deal.
If you're comparing Andy Dalton to Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson,
No, that's it. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what they're thinking.
But there's no guarantees that they were gonna get him. That they went. It's a franchise that operates in panic mode, just like the Texans, just like the Jaguars. Which it leads me into mine, Wes. I'll let you know what. I'll let you bash Andy for a minute.
All right. But first off, let me just say, don't underestimate hope. When you have hope, that kind of, as a fandom, as a Knicks fan, we have hope now. I feel better about the Knicks. That's how Chicago feels. When they had a shot at Watson and Russ and Wilson, we got a shot. Hey, excuse me, let's franchise Allen Robinson so we can have some weapons for Watson and Wilson. Yeah, that's a great idea. You're giving the fans hope. Once you take that away, it's over. It is over. There's no turning back. The fans are going to turn on you because you've taken the one last ounce of fandom out of them. You've taken the hope away.
Yep.
That's what Chicago did.
Wait, and what happened coincidentally before I just cut you off? You can go right back to it, Wes. Wait. Allen Robinson, what did he say? Now he doesn't want to. He has no interest in signing his tender, right? You know what I mean? So he's going to hold out, is what he's saying.
Exactly.
So there you go. There goes the hope.
He's not going to hold out. If they get some good wide receivers in there, if they're able to sign like a Juju or a Kenny Golladay, that motherfucker will sign his tender. Fuck that bullshit.
He's already said he has zero interest in
whatever.
signing.
Yeah, when he starts getting those fines, he'd be like, see, now I can't buy that Ferrari that
I don't know.
one.
I mean, I think players are really starting to exercise their power now. They've seen, you know what this is? This is really a fallout from what happened in the NBA.
So Mitch, let me say this.
Players
Fuck Andy Dalton, baby. Andy Dalton's going to go for 4,000 yards and
Oh,
42 touchdowns.
Hey man, I hope he does, Mitch. I really do.
No, you
I really
don't.
do.
Stop lying.
But Wes
not-
hits the
we're
nail
not
on the
trying to
head.
bash- we're not
You've
trying to bash
destroyed
Andy.
all hope in Chicago right now.
This is more
Destroyed it.
on Chicago versus Andy, like I said. But I thought about this during the podcast while we were talking about this whole situation. Dallas offense is a whole lot better than Chicago offense. Do you agree with that?
Dallas, absolutely. I think Dallas is one of the best teams in football.
So look what Andy did with the Dallas offense.
Oh no, that offensive line was hurt. That offensive line, Lee even said it.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys O line was healthy, Andy would have had
Okay,
a
what do you
much
think he's
better
going
I
to
think he would have
Chicago?
done better.
What do you think
But,
he's
no,
doing in
I'm with
Chicago?
Wes though.
No, wait a second. If you're comparing the two, a healthy offensive line in Dallas would have made Zeke a better runner and would have made Andy be more
Okay.
successful.
Okay, so going to Chicago offensive line and
I
offensive
didn't say it was a great
You're saying
decision
that
by
Andy's going to be
Andy.
better. You're saying Andy's going to be better in this situation. I'm
Look,
saying
we know you're going
Andy
to
was in a
defend
better
your boy,
situation
Andy,
last year.
Mitch, and
Listen,
I appreciate it that
no,
you do.
No,
But
listen.
man, all hope is lost.
Hold on
in
a second.
Chicago,
Hold
bro.
on.
All
I
hope
am-
is lost.
I am here to defend. I told you.
All right,
I'm one,
we're good. Let's move on.
listen, hold on. I'm going to talk about it now. I'm 1/16th ginger, okay? So I'm reaching out to all my ginger family right now. Listen, all you redheaded guys out there, I'm going to fight the fight with you right now. Here's my fight to your damn stupid arguments, all right? Yes, Andy Dalton is nowhere near a Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. So let's get that clear. Goodbye. Now, as far as you calling it a bad move, you're getting a good guy, a good NFL guy, a good teammate, a good face for your franchise. Well, not face of the franchise, but
Mitch
you're getting-
Trubisky is the better face.
fuck Mitch Trubisky. All right, I seen that son of a bitch in Cincinnati when he played my Bengals one year, and he gave me the cold shoulder. So fuck you, Mitch. That's right, Mitch to Mitch. You were being a Mitch, bitch. But anyway, I like Andy Dalton. I think Andy has a lot left in him where he can be very serviceable quarterback. Okay,
Yeah, but and I'm not against you, Mitch, and I do think it is a bit of an upgrade from what they have. But
What?
going back to what we were talking about, when
But-
you're looking up here at Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, and you end up with Andy Dalton, man, you've been robbed. You know what that is? That's your boy. That's your boy hooking you up, and you're going on a date, and he shows you a picture of some girl. Hey, this is the girl.
Janet Jackson.
I'm on a date
It's the whole
with.
Janet
And you're
Jackson.
like, sweet. And then you get there, and you're like, wait a second.
I just got catfished.
What happened with this picture?
Anyway, moving on from the Andy Dalton or the Bengal bashing segment of the show, as we apparently have every week now.
Oh man.
The move I don't like Carlos Hyde to the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars got a good running back in James Robinson. Okay, he was the shining light of that team last year. Okay, you got to worry about building a complete team. Trevor Lawrence, we don't know if you got to have a backup to Trevor Lawrence. See, if Dalton would have went to the Jaguars, I'd be okay. Because at least if he could teach Trevor Lawrence some tricks of the trade or whatever, fuck you, Gardner
He did get Marvin
Minshew.
Jones Jr. though. That was smart.
That's an okay move.
There's a
but
good
again,
veteran receiver. I like that.
right? Which I think he'll fit good with DJ Shark. You know,
Mm-hmm.
The vicious Chenault.
I do not like.
Well, the only thing I will say, it was a very
Carlos
modest
Hyde.
contract. I believe he got like 2 years, $6 million. So, I mean, honestly, you
What
think
has
a stab
Carlos
at somebody like
Hyde
that for a
done in the
backup
last 5
running
years?
back.
What did Carlos Hyde do last year?
Yeah, but once again, I'm saying when you're getting him for that kind of price as a backup running back, it's fine. He's serviceable. He'll give what's his name some rest. In between because it's a long season. So
Right. No, I get it.
So I don't think it's the worst, but I understand it's not really a great move by any means.
You got here and
It's
this is why.
okay.
Let me tell you why I don't like it. Beyond the fact of Carlos Hyde's trash, is you got the number 1 pick in the draft coming up, right? and your team has not been. Look, the Marvin Jones Jr. is a good pickup. You got to make some other type of splash.
Yeah,
That defense needs help.
I agree.
Make a splash. Marvin Jones was good. Get Juju. Get Kenny Galladay.
Oh, no. We talking about the Jaguars, right?
Look, what I'm saying is we've been talking about franchises.
Trevor, if you want to make them better, yeah.
Right. If
Put
you want to
more
make it
talent
better.
I think the Jaguars got talent. Look, you got to think of the splash they made. They got the coach Irvin. They're going to get the number 1 pick, the quarterback.
But ride that momentum, Wes. That's what I'm saying is.
Well, they still have a lot of money to spend, I believe.
But you guys are saying you guys are making it seem like the cupboard is bare. They got DJ Shark. They got
Shark is good.
Cano. They got Robinson. Like, they got some pieces there. They don't have to go out and get more receivers. Like, they may say maybe focus on defense.
They need a tight end.
Possibly, but don't they got your boy Eifert? Is he still there?
That guy, he sneezes and he slips a disc. That fucking
I'm just
guy.
saying,
fuck that dude, man.
I think last I saw him, he was still on the roster. So he's got some type of life left. Like, you may be a bitter Bengal fan, like, he had the potential to be great.
I love Tyler Eifert. I always have, always will. I think, unfortunately, Tyler Eifert healthy. We go back to talking about Cam Newton. Tyler Eifert healthy can be one of the best tight ends in football. We've seen it before. I'm not gonna.
For sure.
His second to last year in the Bengals, ridiculous. But he's as fragile as Fraggle Rock. Like it's ridiculous, dude. Like it's like no, like he's not your like. Especially that you let. Here's my point. You let the Patriots sign 2 tight ends.
That's the Patriots being greedy. That's just the Patriots.
But again, there's no draw to go to the Patriots anymore. And you need a tight end. How are you going to let a team that can be easily coached back to greatness with a healthy Cam Newton get Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry?
Yeah.
Now, fantasy-wise, let's tie this into fantasy. That's why we're here. That's how we're going to try to pay the bills. But I wouldn't take either one of them. I wouldn't take either one of those guys. No, absolutely not. I would not take Jonnu or Hunter Henry in that offense. No way. Now,
you're crazy.
I think hold on. The caveat is again Cam, right? And if Cam and Hunter could get a little relationship, it'll be like Cam and Greg Olsen all over again.
Yeah, the only issue I have with them, they were trying to replicate, let's be honest, the Gronk and Aaron Hernandez era, right? You know, when they had that going. But neither one of these guys is really a good blocker at all. They're both good pass catchers.
Yeah.
But neither one is a really good blocker. Yeah. So I don't know how much it helps, the run game in that part of the game. Yeah. But offensively, they were like one of the most inept teams, or I think they were the most inept team in the league when it came to tight ends receiving last year. So to your point, Mitch, about fantasy and not trusting them, I kind of get it in a way. But yeah, I mean, because but I think they're going to be markedly better. But the real question, I think, it always goes back to what's Cam? What's Cam going to be? Is he going to be bouncing balls into guys' hands, or is he going to be healthy again? Is he going to be? Because to me, he looked like he was hurt last year.
Shout out to Matty Ice. Matty Ice joined the podcast. What up, Matty?
What up?
Who's your least favorite signing of the offseason so far?
Me. You already asked me.
No, you're not
Wes. Sorry. Oh, Wes. Sorry.
Is it got to be signing or just not signed? Like,
that could be good.
Hey, like I said, I already talked about it. I was like, they're signing my center, releasing my center. Damn you, Gruden. First it started with Khalil Mack 3 years ago. Now you just let the center go? Damn, I can never forgive you for this crap.
Low-hanging fruit.
Exactly. I was like, damn, I'm still mad at Mack, and now you let the center go? So I just got to see how this O-line looks. But I guess I'm mad at them. Patriots signing 2 tight ends. I'm like, how greedy can you be? That's what I'm more looking at it as. Right. Like, from a fantasy standpoint, damn it. I don't know which one I would start.
Well, that's the problem too. Is
Or
two
you
of them,
need
you
to
figure
take
they're going
one.
to cancel each other out.
Exactly.
Somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I wouldn't touch him from a fantasy perspective. I wouldn't touch him.
I was like, I don't know
I
who
think
to start.
personally, I'd go with John over either one. But either way, I don't.
Like I said, Hunter was legit for the they're going charges. Like at least you knew.
Yeah,
he
but
could score.
also, give some credit to Herbert there. Herbert was legit throwing him the ball.
Well, no,
right?
I mean
Yeah.
Henry was solid when he
He was
with,
solid before that.
with
Yeah,
Turtle
Rivers.
guy with
Turtle
Rivers,
feet.
Turtle feet. You know?
yeah. I mean, he's always good for sure. Yeah. But well, they are. They're good. They're good tight ends for sure. That's why we're talking about them for sure. I mean, yeah, the Patriots. Hey, nothing more annoys me more than that. Personally, as a New York Jet fan, so I mean, I don't want them to be good. I want them to be in last place. So.
Right, well, before we
I
move
certainly
on
don't
to
want Belichick rebuilding things.
before we move on to the brackets and then we'll finish big as we always do, the big finish. Give me one move that you want that outside of your own team. One move that you want to see that you think could benefit a team that you think, or one of the star free agents that's still available. Now, here's wait, before you answer that, I'm going to give you a twist. Where do you want him to go where he would make the biggest fantasy impact? Again, we're here for fantasy football. That's what the people come by for. That's why Myrtle and Berta and everyone else watches the podcast. Not just to see our pretty faces, but for the fantasy perspective. Where do you want someone to go where you think he could have the best fantasy impact? Wes, you go first.
I want Kenny Golladay to my Raiders. Now that we lost Aguilar, I want Kenny Golladay to go to the Raiders. But I just think
Follows no direction, people. He's a fucking rebel. He's a rebel.
He said right to his own team. Well, in that case, I want you to.
I know Mitch said excluding your own team.
Excluding your own team, he doesn't. And he at least he didn't say.
Raiders.
Wait, no. At least he didn't say, "Well, I want my Raiders to get Kenny Golladay." He said, "I want Kenny Golladay to go to my team." No,
Exactly.
all right. So I'll give you that. So here you go, Mike. No, we'll do that. Give me one for your team and one outside your team. Wes, give me now one outside of the Raiders.
All right. Then I will want Juju to go to the Colts.
Ooh. Why the Colts?
I outside of Carson Wentz, because I can care less about Carson Wentz. I like the Colts. I just want them to do good in that division. I think and this is like I'm based off of last year's information, because I always thought the Colts could beat the Chiefs. I always felt that they had a good enough defense to beat the Chiefs. It's just they're going. Phillip Rivers just didn't have it anymore to pull it out.
Well, they lost Prescott today.
Yeah. But I just want. I guess I just like their offense. Like if they're not going to sign Ty, I just like that offensive philosophy. And besides, I got my man Mo Alley Cox on there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you said the Colts, I thought of Mo Alley Cox, Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton, and Juju. That's a fantasy,
And then the running back they got, I forgot the rookie they had that was beasting.
Forgot his name. Still there.
Thomas.
But like I said, I just like their offensive philosophy.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
From what's that show? That Jonathan Taylor Thomas. What is that show?
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
He is a lot younger, the guy on the Colts, and apparently less, whatever. Anyway, Mike, give me give me one move you want your Jets to make since Wes changed the narrative on.
All right, yeah, cool. So I'm like kind of torn with the Jets one because offensively and defensively.
If you watch the podcast, hold on a second. Hold on. If you watch the podcast, if you're a loyal listener and you do not know this answer, you, my friend, need to do your fucking homework because we all know who this is. But maybe outside. Okay, outside of.
Oh yeah, no. I was saying outside of Deshaun, which is the obvious. No, because I'm not going to go there because that's just a potential. Right now, we'll just say he's the Texans quarterback, and he's not a free agent. So if we're talking about free agents, honestly, either Adoree Jackson, who I would love on the defensive side, or Juju on the offensive side. So I would love either one if the Jets signed either one.
Again, it comes down to the, look, I told you, I'm the nice cousin, so I'm going to say I like Sam Darnold. Even if you don't get anybody and you keep Sammy, I think Sam.
Well, and Juju then would make a lot of sense because obviously USC thing.
Yeah, they're
that was
connected.
his favorite receiver.
All right, so now outside of the Jets, who would you like to see go?
Let me think about this one.
At West, mine is gonna screw you up so hard that you're gonna be mad at me. So I got you in your own mind game, sir.
then I would say, you know what? I'm going to look out to my cousin Lee and say, you know what? He needs some help on the defensive side of the ball. So I say, if Adoree Jackson doesn't go to my Jets, then let him go to Lee's Cowboys. So
there you go.
That's.
I think Adoree would definitely help out Dallas
because I think he could use. He's a good cornerback, and he's going to, he's going to be solid wherever he is. And he's one of those names that's not as flashy as he doesn't get enough credit for how good he is. And I think he's a solid cornerback in the
NFL. Lee said Colts need to sign Trent Williams. Is he still available?
Yeah.
So hey, that'd be
a good O-line out there.
Yeah.
Trent's like the man available, but he's trying to hold out for a lot of money apparently.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Washington never signed him and shipped him to 49ers.
Yeah, he said he wants to be paid like the best, basically.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, somebody else's
that makes it difficult. Yeah, that makes it difficult that you narrow the playing field when you start saying things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so for me, with my Bengals, it's tough. There's a few good offensive linemen out there. Trent Williams, I would love to see him go there. Help out the offensive line, help out Joey Football. I'd be stupid not to say, Juju or Kenny Golladay or any of those guys that, wide receivers to help out this young wide receiving core. But me personally, I don't think Juju's a fit because of his history against the Bengals. Kenny Golladay to me would be boss to have out there. So that would be for me. The guy who not on my team, Mr. AJ Green, I want to see him go to Chicago. I want to see him reconnect with Andy. Listen.
Oh, okay.
Up. I want to see
about the Dalton connection.
I would like to see him reconnect with Andy. I would like to see if that helps Allen Robinson because I love that kid. I think he's a stud, and I think that could bring the hope back to Chicago. Yeah, Chicago hope in Chicago. Okay. Anyway, I watch too much TV, but
yes,
I just think that Allen Robinson is saying that now. But if you get him some serious help, because he has no help.
No, his deal was he wanted to sign a long-term deal. He doesn't want no damn 1-year tender.
Isn't Jimmy Graham on that team too?
Really?
No. Where's Jimmy Graham?
Grandpa? Who's this? Like Jimmy Graham's like 15. He's another dude that's washed.
No. Where did Jimmy Graham play last year? Chicago. He played decent.
Jimmy Graham hasn't been decent since he left the Saints.
The Seahawks ruined his ass. So, whatever.
Like I said, since he left the Saints, since he was dunking goalposts in New Orleans, he ain't been the same.
Yeah. Shout out to the intern. He did say Jimmy Graham is on the Bears. Go, Lucas. By the way. But no.
But hold up. For your point, your AJ Green point, from what I'm hearing, my Rays are sniffing around that.
I think he'd be great out there with them. I think AJ got a good 3-4 years left in him personally. Stays healthy. He didn't play a lot last year, so there's not a lot of wear on the tires or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's still a little bit of life left in his bones.
I do. I think
he can be a good veteran fit for somebody.
Where did John Ross go?
Giants,
yeah. 1 year, $2.5 million.
They overpaid him by $2.1 million.
Yeah, but you know, when you take a stab like that for somebody and you hope he's healthy again, you know, it is what it is. You know, you never know. You know, he could work out.
Like I said, I like John. Like talent wise, what he brings, size, speed. I don't.
What? But wait, no. So
No.
let's talk for a second about this and say how far sometimes guys fall. Right? Remember back, and I want you to flash back here to when he ran that 40 and what everybody was saying at the combine. Right? Remember?
Dude, what I was saying when we drafted him, I was like,
Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Right? You know what I mean? So, he's a huge disappointment, obviously, because of
listen,
that,
Mike.
You know? It's
Listen,
like you can't run. You know,
I want to
full
say,
twos and stuff
I
and then
want to
be,
say it was
you know.
last year. It was not last year, the year before last, right? AJ was out, and John Ross is coming back. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, this fucking piece of crap. He caught a 65-yard touchdown pass, right? And as he crossed the fucking goal line, blew his hammy out.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy, again, he's fragile. He's done. He's out of
That's,
here.
you know, but you know, it's really like we always make fun of that. We always say, you know, guys are fragile. It's just a reminder, really, of how like brutal of a game it is, and like you know, it's unfortunate.
You got to get hit
Our
to be
guys just
brutalized. He never plays.
Yeah, well, guys just get hurt, man, and
How was he playing a real tough game of Twister in the with
Dude,
Gino
they're still
Atkins?
practicing. I mean, I know they don't really hit anymore, but still, yeah, I don't know.
Dude, he had a personal spot on the practice field. It was like reserved for John Ross because he's always over there. No. He was always injured. He, like you said,
they had a bicycle for him, didn't they?
Yeah, man. Like,
all lined up.
They got a little couch
His
for him.
Initials on it, reserved for John Ross.
And that's why I laughed last year when he's like, "I want to be traded." We want you gone. Like we don't want you. No, and no one wants you. There was no phone calls in the middle of the night. So are you guys shopping?
Well, yeah, I mean, to the point, he got 1 year, $2.5 million. He's not exactly burning up the market there.
I mean,
I'm sorry, but you know, we'll be realistic. You know, when you get a contract like that,
and the funny thing was, I could have done an Are You Serious because I'm watching TV today, and look, I went to the eye doctor today because I got to get new spectacles. I got them ordered. 2 weeks, people. You'll see the new glasses. Don't judge.
Nice.
I'm
you
just
getting
saying
those Apple glasses?
No, I got Sean Johns, buddy. I'm down with P. Diddy. I got signed by Bad Boy.
Baller.
But I'm seeing it says NFL breaking news: John Ross to the Giants. I'm like, wow, must be a slow news day. You know, if that's breaking fucking news, like seriously.
You know, they just go through them all.
Like I said, that shouldn't be breaking news. They just run that on the ticker. They're like, okay, if you see it, you see it.
No, that's what. Look, Andrew Siciliano with his big ass fucking ears heard that shit. He's like, yeah, hey, John Ross went to the Giants. Ooh, you know.
Well, how about the Giants? They got him, and then they paid all that money for Leonard Williams. I think that's $63 million, 3 years. I was like, wow, you know, that's a big contract. I thought for Leonard Williams, but
21 million.
But you know what that is? That shows you what happens when you franchise tag somebody and then they're on the second year of the tag. And he's automatically getting $19 million. So he's like, well, we're starting at 19.
Well, I'll tell you, a dumb move by the Giants is why fucking Devontae Booker.
That's another move that hurt me. See,
it's stupid. Like,
me deep.
Well, I think Gettleman needs to go.
Really? I've been saying that since day one.
I think he's a terrible GM.
I've been saying that when Gettleman was the Panthers GM, and he was.
I like the coach. I like Judge as the coach, but I don't
Judge is
like
a good coach.
Yeah. I got no problem with Judge.
Gettleman, like, you guys,
I think Gettleman sucks.
Of all the guys out there that make a move, and again, you talk about, you know, blowing hope down, like the
Gettleman will really
Giant fans are like, well, we got Juju out there, we got tight ends out there, and no, we signed Devontae Booker. Like, what? Saquon Barkley is like, Oikos here.
No, he's a backup. Like he's solid. Don't get me wrong, he's a solid backup. He backed up Jacobs, and so and fantasy wise, he was really still in touchdown.
You know what?
I hated it. But he's legit. And for somebody, if Saquon comes back, but he's a solid backup. He's a quality dude. Like, don't sleep on Booker. Like, if your running back goes down, Booker's gonna be solid for you. He'll give you 100 and a touchdown.
Okay.
He's solid.
And we know that Saquon is injury prone. So
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else too? You were bashing the Jaguars. You forgot to say they did get Shaquille Griffin as well, and that's a solid.
now, which one is that? Is that the one with the one hand or the two hands?
No, two
Two
hands.
hand.
He's a two-handed guy.
Shaquille.
Where did his brother go? His brother was signed somewhere else too.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, his brother just.
He still may be in Seattle. I don't.
I think
he's
he's still in Seattle.
Lucas, I know you're watching. Lucas, who did he sign with? Tell me. Jaguars. No,
that's the
Jaguars
brother.
That's who Shaquille's signing with.
That's the one with two hands.
Yes.
Yes.
Shaquem is the one with one hand.
Find out where Shaquem. Lucas, your job. Find out where Shaquem went to.
I think he's still a Seahawk. I think Wes is right.
I think he left too. I think they.
Oh,
both
maybe I missed that though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's possible. But
right.
yeah.
So let's.
Jacksonville defense. That all right for them to steal players like that?
I mean, Jacksonville had a lot of money. There was another team that had a lot of cap space. So, they were that's why Urban Meyer knew what kind of situation he was going into.
Lucas is saying he's expected to sign with his brother. So he's probably going to both be Jaguars.
Oh, there you go. Then he'll be a Jaguar too.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, that's certainly an upgrade from what they have.
Wait. Listen, I know we're forgetting about the basketball stuff, and I really don't want to. We'll talk about it in a minute or so. But let's talk about the fucking Titans. We talk about defense. Bud Dupree,
yeah,
that's huge.
And he got a nice contract too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Titans are sneaking up on people, dude.
Well, yeah, and they're a team that didn't look like they needed much either, right? Maybe he could be that type of guy that could put them over the edge because once you start, getting pressure, if you can get pressure with four guys, that's how it goes, nowadays. Then you really can wreak havoc on the defensive side.
But look what we're talking about. Mike, you talking about you want a Dory Jackson. That's their secondary. They lost their number 2 receiver and their number 1 tight end. So I get it. They got better on defense.
Right.
But
they're going to sign. Dude, they're going to sign.
Good points. Yeah.
That locks out.
Wes, don't be surprised if they sign Galladay or Juju.
Yeah, that'll be this exactly.
I'm interested to see what happens here. I think we're gonna, over the next coming days here, because there's still a lot of these guys out there that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like once one kind of gets a contract, then it's gonna kind of go down the line. We'll see.
You think? Check this out. They get a good tight end, right? You put either Juju or Kenny Galladay on the opposite side of what's his name, AJ Brown. You got problems.
Yeah, but I do hate them getting rid of Jonnu though. I really like the fit, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I thought Jonnu was a great fit.
I forgot who they got. Ferkser. I'm trying to think of the top of my head. Who's their tight end? Ferkser. They got somebody.
Yeah, someone outside
the other
of
tight end.
Yeah, they got a young kid. He was a rookie.
But I just hate that when a guy has got such good chemistry already, it looks like, with the team, Why would you get rid of him? Why wouldn't you just sign John? I guess they couldn't afford it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't get those things sometimes.
No, but hey, I'm not worried about that offense. They still got fucking Derrick Henry, Mr. 2000. So that's still, when you play the Texans, the Titans, you got to stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so to my point about the defense, if you make the defense markedly better, but, are they better without a Dory Jackson is another question, though.
Yeah,
are they going to get to fill him? Because I really think he's good.
I think it's a Mr.
Underrated.
Sawyer. I think it's a Mr. Sawyer 83. If I'm right, please say yes. If I'm wrong, you could say no.
That's Jermaine.
It's Jermaine?
Yeah.
So Jermaine, just got home from work. How y'all feel about them stinking Pats? Well, Jermaine, we talked about them stinking Pats. We thought it was stupid getting both of the 2 tight ends in Hunter Henry and Jonnu, but we like the defense, and we like that if Cam could do something. Wait a second. You know what? Hold on a second, Jermaine. I got something for you, buddy. I know you're a fucking Ravens fan, all right?
Oh, here we go.
And I'm gonna say this: y'all are gonna be in third or at the bottom of the division this year.
What?
I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. I'm tired of the Ravens, dude. I think their coach is sorry. I think Lamar Jackson can't win a big game.
You know, I mean, it certainly is possible just because of how difficult the division is that they could actually.
You know, I'll give him
a decent
third
record
place.
and finish
Wait,
third.
I'll give him third place. I'm going to put the Steelers in fourth place. My Bengals in first, the Cleveland Browns in second, and the Ravens in third.
Didn't the Ravens,
Delusional.
didn't the Ravens beat the Bengals and the Browns?
No, I don't. I don't like the Browns.
No, I said the Ravens beat. Did they sweep you guys both Cleveland teams? I mean,
Stop living in the past, Wes.
but I'm just saying you're like you're bumping them to third, and I'm like they're
I'm bumping them to third.
and the
That's
Browns.
how I roll. All right, listen.
Hey, you never know. It could happen. It is no third. I could possibly see because because I could see the Browns and the Steelers having better seasons than them.
No way.
The Bengals are winning the division.
Anyway,
Steelers don't
so
have
back
no
to what we were
issues.
talking about, Wes. I could
Listen.
see
I'll put a 50 spot on
the
it right now.
Browns and the Steelers potentially beating the Ravens and the Ravens being third. Possibility.
Steelers are trash.
I still don't, though. I think the Steelers are on the downhill. Hey, you know, you're asking me a possibility.
Listen, in all honesty, the Ravens are the best team in that division. I'm not an
Thank
idiot.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm like, who's serious?
I'm just talking shit to Jermaine right now, all right?
All right, good. Yeah.
It's
No,
either
I
gonna
mean,
be, it's either
well,
going to be the
Browns
Ravens or
might
the
have something to
Bengals.
say about that, but we'll see.
Listen, fuck the Browns, fuck the Steelers. They ain't doing shit. The Bengals and the Ravens are going to fight for that division. Mark my words.
All right.
I mean,
The guru
I think
has
you're
spoken.
delusional with your Bengals, but, you know, I like the faith.
Whatever,
coach.
Jet boy. I'm just telling
Hey.
you, man.
Hey, wait. I'll be the optimistic Jet fan after Deshaun Watson gets signed. Then we're
He's
going to
not
win the
coming
Super
there.
Bowl. So,
Look.
I mean, you know, whatever, dude. So,
Listen.
you know, you guys could just – you might as well – I bet you the odds are real good for the Jets to win the Super Bowl right now if you place some money on them.
The Jets to
Yeah,
win the Super Bowl
yeah.
with this current
Put the money
situation. we
now
have-
before they get Deshaun.
wait.
See what I'm talking about?
Right
See what I'm
now.
talking
Mike,
about
see,
here?
Mike is trying to.
Then we get Deshaun. Then we
Exactly.
win the Super Bowl.
Listen, I know Wes does a lot of shots before this show starts.
Wait a minute.
Wes, I'm going to need you to stop sending him virtual shots because your mind is twisted, dog.
Nice.
Look, if the Jets were to get Deshaun Watson and maybe another wide receiver, I could say they're gonna. I would probably pick them to win the division. No, they're not going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
get
you never
hot at
know.
the right
But
time.
don't talk shit about my Bengals if you never know. Don't talk shit about my boy Andy Dalton.
Hey, man, I gotta have faith, buddy. I'm with you.
I feel you. I feel you. No, look, it's a very strong possibility. Obviously, you know. All right, so listen, we'll give it like 5-10 minutes tops. Let's just go over it real quick. We got the best college basketball March Madness. Fucking, they're twitching like we are. It's March. We're mad. Mike's mad all the time. He's the
Hold on,
button.
man. We can't be saying that Eminem word. That's copyright. We gotta say bracket busting or something, man. We ain't trying to get sued.
Uh-huh.
We
Okay.
can't say that Eminem word.
So the March time frame in which we
We're
filmed
gonna do the bracket bonanza. That's what we do.
Yeah.
bracket
Bracket,
bonanza. There we go.
Thank you.
Bracket-
College basketball bracket bonanza.
Thank you.
So again, I'm gonna ask you guys. We'll answer it, and then we'll all give out who we think was gonna win it all, whatever. Wes, give me your. Do you see a first round upset? Yes or no? And what
Oh,
team?
first round upsets? Oh, you doing it that way? All right, I give you my 12, and I know we already discussed it. So
No. I just want the team that you think is gonna win, who they're gonna beat, and why. There's not gonna be a. I think that if there's one, there's maybe two, maybe three.
yeah,
maybe-
all right. So for all my bracket, my bonanza bracket buddies, I'm gonna give you something.
Bracket bonanza. You the one who came up with
All
it.
right, bracket bonanza. All right, let me get it right. All right. All right. So I'm gonna give you one. and I know Mike, we talked about it, but I'm going to the Georgetown Hoyas over the Colorado Buffalo.
You're stealing my one from me.
That was my
You
12-5,
stole
Mike. My 12-5. But that was my one I was going with. So that's my 12-5 upset of the first round. And I won't give you my final four yet. I'll let we come back full circle. I give you my final four. So that's one of my 12-5s.
Okay, Mike, who's your first round potential upset?
All right. Well, since Wes just stole mine, and we'll just say that straight out, then I have to go with my secondary one, which was North Texas. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. North Texas, the 13 seed, gonna beat Purdue in the major upset. That's right. I think it's a bad matchup actually for Purdue. I think they're pretty athletic, and they could cause them some trouble.
I'm going my first round. Hold on, there, bracket bonanza guys.
You knew I was going to jump right back in.
I am going with Syracuse beating San Diego State in the first round.
You're crazy.
Stamp it. Stamp it.
I hope you're right.
I like the balls,
I think they got no chance against San Diego State.
Tough, dude.
San Diego's tough. I'm gonna win the bracket bonanza buster shit this year because of that pick right there.
Hey man, you never know.
Everybody's sheet up. Everybody's sheet. Everyone, no one but me has Syracuse. All your motherfuckers is going down. Wes, what do you got next?
All right, my other sleeper, and I may be a homer. Where did they go? Where did they go? I forgot who they was playing. Hold on, let me find them. I just had them up here. Damn it. I just lost. Oh, I got it. I'm going Winthrop over Villanova. My second 12-5.
Wow.
I'm reaching there. But you got to pay attention to Winthrop, man. I think they lost like 2 games. I like their squad. Don't sleep on them. I'm telling you right now.
Don't sleep on the small schools in the bracket.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can rally.
Those are my 2 right there. So for anybody in my bracket bonanza tournament, including you 2 guys right there, don't pick them 2 because for your 12-5s upsets in this round, because those are mine. and I need the points.
All right. Mike?
So what was the sorry, I can't remember. The Michigan State UCLA. Who did they play the winner of that game?
Michigan State?
Well, it's Michigan State and UCLA, because they're in the playoff thing.
Oh, they're not. I didn't even count that game. I didn't even get to the playing game.
No. I'm asking who's the winner. Whoever wins that Michigan State UCLA, who do they play? I don't have it in front of me.
They play BYU.
I have it written down, but
they play BYU.
BYU. So I'm saying whoever wins that game, Michigan State or UCLA, they're going to beat BYU.
What?
Wow.
You know what? I'm not sleeping on Izzo. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Michigan
State and Izzo. I picked him as my sleeper.
Exactly. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So
I didn't think about that. If Izzo can get in.
If they can get through UCLA, they're going to upset BYU. Or the other way around, UCLA is the same story. They're dangerous too. They're going to beat BYU.
Wes, I'm going to turn to you for if it has a name. Round 32. Round of 32. Is there any catchy fucking name?
No.
Okay, it's just a round of 32. Well, in the round of 32, my next upset is going to be my Gators taking out Ohio State. Sit down, boys.
That is a possibility, Mitch. That actually is a lot more than people want to think, I think. You know what I mean? Because I think the Gators are a better team than people want to give them credit for. I still think Ohio State's the favorite. But if you're talking an upset, I think it's very plausible. Yes. I could definitely see it happening.
All right. So now we're going to shift this way. We're going to shift to the Final Four. Wes, give me your Final Four.
All right, my Final Four is Gonzaga, Baylor, OK State, and Alabama.
Okay. Michael?
You kidding me?
Is that you too?
You robbed me. What are you robbing my whole thing? I said that earlier. Yeah. That's my Final Four.
Okay. Well, my
Gonzaga,
Final
Baylor,
Four,
OK State, Alabama.
my Final Four reads a little different. I'm going Gonzaga and Baylor. I have them in there.
Great minds think alike, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, two drunk.
I really
motherfuckers.
like Alabama.
Two-
They're dangerous.
Two drunk winos from the block thinking the same. Ready? So I got Gonzaga and Baylor, just like you guys, right? But I'm going to throw in Michigan and Illinois.
Big
Four
Ten
number
boys.
ones. Four number ones making it to the Final Four.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big upset.
Michigan. They're down a player. I don't like that.
Hey, I'm a fantasy football guy, but I'm telling
Runner. Hey, you
Watch
know
out.
what?
you, it's the
Anything's
year to
doable.
COVID, man. I'm telling you. All right, so now give me your final two and your national champion.
All right, well, let me go first since Russ is just going to rob me anyway. So we'll just go. I'm just messing. Yeah, Wes knows I'm just messing with him. But anyway, what? So we had it was Baylor versus Gonzaga, and I have Baylor winning that, and then I have Oklahoma State beating Alabama, and then I have the rematch.
No, hold on.
Oh,
No,
Right?
you got no.
Gonzaga
Baylor-
will play
Yeah, the only way that Gonzaga plays Baylor is in the final game.
the championship.
oh, I'm sorry. How did
So
I
you
have
have
that wrong?
Gonzaga-
Oh yeah, okay. So Gonzaga plays Alabama.
Yeah, then you have Baylor, Oklahoma State.
Right, okay. So that's what I have. So I have Baylor beating Oklahoma State and Alabama beating Gonzaga.
So your final game is Baylor, Alabama, and who wins that game?
Tied. What?
He's going Baylor. Mike's going Baylor all day.
Baylor.
You got Baylor. Okay.
Yeah.
Wes, who's your final two, and then your national champion?
Gonzaga. Ugh. I hate to. I guess I would have to put Baylor in there.
We have the same final two. Okay. Who is your winner?
I already know you're going number one, so you're going Gonzaga. So
They're both number one.
no, but I'm saying the number one overall. Gonzaga's the number one overall seed. So
Yeah. Undefeated.
I don't think they're gonna go undefeated. That's the only reason I'm not picking them confidently, because that's so hard to do.
I know, absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, that's why.
But I think they beat these guys already. Now let me switch it up, because I'm not gonna pick Mike, because Mike's got Baylor and he's been ragging me all show. Let me switch it up. I'm putting OK State in there. I'm going with Cade Cunningham.
Nice.
Number one
I like
pick.
it.
Let me ride with that.
I like it. It's a strong possibility. I really do. You know, I like the kid. You know that. I really do.
Yeah, let me
And
ride with that.
they can ride with him, you know. Well, I mean, I have him in the Final Four, so obviously, you know, I have, you know, high expectations of them doing well as well. So
I got Gonzaga and Baylor with Gonzaga winning it all. And so, again, we got the first week. We got Thursday and Friday coming up.
Like I said,
So
we'll do
wait,
this again
just to
next week.
recap, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
This has the number one overall versus the number two overall, and he has the number one overall winning. Just so you all know.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is championship. That's all I'm gonna
Hey,
say.
you know what? You'll probably be right. Who knows?
Hey,
you know?
so no,
Yeah.
so this is what we're gonna do, because what is those play-in games? Was there one tonight or was there one tomorrow?
No, I think they're all on one day. I want to say they start
It'll be tomorrow,
tomorrow.
right?
They start tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what day of the week it was. It
Oh,
starts
Tuesday?
tomorrow.
Today's Tuesday.
I thought it was Thursday, maybe Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah, Wednesday. Because
Okay.
Thursday's the first round, right?
right.
Yeah.
and then Friday. So when we
Yeah.
get back, when we get back here on Tuesday of next week, we'll be down to the what? How many rounds do
Oh,
we go
Sweet
through?
16, right?
16. Yeah.
Sweet 16.
Yeah. So we'll know whether we're geniuses or not, or idiots.
We're wasting fucking people's time and shit. you
Basically.
know?
No, by next week we will be able to give us scores and be like, okay, you suck.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll see who can
exactly.
who can talk some smack to the other one. That'll be good fun as always.
So
Sure.
look, because we're twitching live, man. You guys got it out there. We have Mike's picks of who he's expecting in the playoff game to win against a seeded person that actually deserves to be there. And then
hey,
no. Look, I
they're two tough teams. They just happen to be surprisingly UCLA and Michigan State are shocking in that position.
True story. So a few years back, I was in a bracket bonanza. Wes, are we good? Bracket bonanza. Okay. So with literally there was 2,000 people and it was $5 a person, right? So I did, and we were allowed to do 2 brackets. So I did one fucked up bracket, just picking all the fucking I just wanted to see people that I knew were gonna pick and just have their bracket just torched from the first round. I love that shit. And then I did a real bracket, right? I came in 14th place in my real bracket, but my fucked up bracket, dude, how'd you know that? I didn't. I just saw I didn't like that fucking team, and I just named them whatever. So bracket busters, whatever. That's I love round 1. Thursday is great.
Yeah,
Friday
so
is
much
even
fun.
better
Because you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. I mean, it always happens. The upset always, like Wes was saying earlier, there's always a 12 that beats a 5. I mean, it happens almost every damn year, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and nowadays, I mean, whatever, we've seen a 16 beat a 1 recently. It wasn't that long ago.
No, 2 years ago.
Yeah. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's good. We didn't have a tournament last year.
Yeah, true.
That
But I mean,
COVID.
there's always, crazy stuff happens, and you're right. That's the most fun about it. And so many people brackets do get blown up so fast. It can happen, right?
Oh, hold on, Mike. Shout out on NBA TV. They just showed Shaq and I forgot the host shooting threes. They shot 2 for 40. Candace Parker in a dress and heels shot 5 for 5 from 3.
Nice.
Just want to put that out there.
Showing them up.
Exactly.
Showing the boys
dress
up.
and heels.
What's that?
Shaq didn't shoot a free throw. How's he going to shoot a 3-pointer?
Point. Facts.
Because the ball.
His
in
hands are
is
too big, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's like you
a
trying to
big-
shoot a baseball. Like good luck with that.
Yeah, fuck Shaq. Big ass bastard. You too, Shaq. I got beef with you too, Shaq.
All right,
Don't
man.
worry
I don't
about
want
it.
that smoke, man.
I want that smoke. How do you go to AEW, Shaq, and
I
not
am messing
WWE?
with those 7 foot,
You know what?
300-pound giant.
I don't like you, Shaq. Look, I'm calling on everybody. I don't care, man. I'm the most dangerous podcaster out there. I told you, Jake Paul, you want some? Come get it. Logan, you want some? Come get it. We'll play Uno, whatever you want to do, man. Connect 4, Battleship. Yo, I'm nasty in war. I'm just saying. Y'all want some? Come get some. Yo, as always, it's your boys. The greatest podcast co-host in the history of podcasts, the greatest button pusher, the angriest, happiest, most dangerous man in podcasts, and your boy. Yo, holding it down for Carlos. Shout out to everyone else in the world.
Yep.
Shout out to the Carolina Blue Bloods. Shout out to everybody. Yo, peace, love. We love y'all.